Was, obviously a competitive edge. We were a little lethargic, a little flat to start. But I thought that gave us a little bit of boost. We paid close attention. There was a lot of chirping, a lot of jumping up and down, a lot of back and forth. And our guys want to protect their home floor. And we're not going to quit. So, they added a little bit of fuel to the fire, and allowed our guys to get going. You hold them to 18 points in the fourth quarter. It's a great defensive effort to give us our chance to get a win.
Donovan seemed just to have just like an extra edge to him kind of throughout the night of either clapping after his shots went down or just a physicality to him. Did you see something extra from him, especially tonight?
I think, he felt where we were. You know what I mean? Like, he felt that we were a little flat. And he was just trying to give the group juice. And I think you watched him. Darius had his moments, Bert, like Jared, Evan, like everybody who was on the floor tonight. Some way they found a way to give us a spark and a play when we needed it. So obviously he took over in that fourth quarter, but, defensively, everybody, was a part of it. And that's the only way we win. But, again, I think, our guys deserve a ton of credit for just sticking with it and finding a way to win it.
JB, what changed defensively for you guys in the fourth quarter? You gave up 30-plus initial first.
We started playing it.
18.
Yeah, we just started playing defense. Early on, that's not who we are. We were letting the ball go where it wanted to go. We were letting guys beat us. They were kicking our butt in the paint. I think they were 11 for 12 in the third quarter in our paint. That's not who we are. We know that. So, our guys decided that we were going to go out and be who we are. We know we're capable of getting stops on command. Sometimes that can be a crutch. But, again, tonight in the fourth quarter, we needed it, and our guys went out and got it done.
And then down the stretch, you guys used the 4 starters and Karras in that fifth spot. How did that open up things offensively for you guys?
It just was, a bunch of guys that they were really concerned about, and a bunch of guys who can put the ball on the floor and beat you. Evan, obviously making that big three, but showing that he's capable of playing out in space. Now the floor opens up, and you got all your attack guys out there, and they got decisions to make. They want to play smaller, where they're putting their matchups and those types of things. So I think it gave us an advantage because all those guys, are capable of creating in their own way.
Joe Barton, The Athletic. Has Donovan reached that point where he can cover up mistakes, like team mistakes, like his play sort of transcends those?
Yeah, he is, he is that good. He is that good that he can put you on your back when you're not at your best. He has the ability to carry an offense, in moments where there is that struggle. And, his teammates understand it and they know how to get him the ball. But it's never about him. It's always about what does the team need in this moment. And I think that's why it's easy for the guys to go out and help him and compete with him and help put him in spots to create opportunities.
With Evan tonight, I know you guys, you want to see more from him in a good way, in a positive way, all over the floor offensively. And he takes that big three tonight and knocks it down. When he's trying to grow a part of his game, do you want him taking that shot in that situation?
Yeah, you have to have the courage. And it's not the first one he's hit, in the fourth quarter or when the game was on the line. And, again, you don't get any better in this league without courage. And, he showed that if I could tell you or show you how many shots he shoots, and the way that he shoots it. So, again, it's just a matter of time before you guys see it, what we see. When that confidence grows, you make a big one, tomorrow night, 2 more come. And it's going to, the floodgates are going to open up. And you guys are going to see Evan continue to grow and continue to be special.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. Darius got to the line 4 times tonight, 8 of 8 from the free throw line, first time, I think, since the end of November. What did you kind of observe about how he was attacking tonight? And it's easy to get overshadowed when Donovan has a game like that. I feel like
No, Darius had a hell of a game. We don't win this game without Darius. Him, putting pressure on the paint, obviously, getting the whistle tonight, which I thought was huge for him because he is so aggressive. And battling, with the early foul trouble in the first half, he didn't let himself get down. He found a way to go out and continue to compete. But, 20 and 10 is a hell of a night for anybody. The ability to score the way that he can, but then the way he can find his teammates and create for others. He's an all-star for a reason. And again, we don't win this game without him.
I feel like after every home game, we ask you about what Jetty did off the bench, but he didn't play last game, and he comes in, gives you a spark right off the bat in the first half, just staying ready the way that he does. What do you think about that?
He's a pro, and I think he is accepted and grown in the way where he's just going to prepare himself for whatever's there. And we continue to talk, and I talked to him, and it was nothing that he did that he didn't play last game. There were just, I thought it was a matchup thing that we were trying to do, but it had absolutely nothing to do with his play. So I talked to him about that this morning and told him that he was going to play tonight, and he prepared himself and gave us a spark like he always does.
John Runner, Sports Illustrated Media Group. Just to kind of circle back to the jump ball with Donovan and that kind of being a spark there. Is that concerning, frustrating, learning opportunity for you as a coach to kind of use that as a way to that your team kind of needed that against a team like Indiana?
Yeah, it's and I'm you're not making excuses, but we got home at about 4:00 the other night, right? And typically when you get home that late, it's not that next day, it's the day after that where you're kind of lethargic and trying to find your way. So you don't poke the bear. And they poked him, and he went on and did what he did, but it got everybody going. That's the thing. It's like that's what leadership is the ability to impact others as well.
Say something about his ability to have an impact on the game. It wasn't scoring, it wasn't a pass, it was something that was kind of like that doesn't show up in the box.
Right. No, it's leadership. You know what I mean? Like understanding what the team needs in whatever particular moment that it is. That's what it was. And you could feel the juice from the guys, after that moment. And again, it gave us a spark.
I asked you last weekend with the back-to-back and then another back-to-back this weekend. How are guys feeling rest-wise? You mentioned, tough coming back on the trip. Guys.
No, they'll get their rest tomorrow or tonight and get ready to go. And then that's what Sunday's for. Thank you.
Evan, finish it up, please.
Evan Damaro right down the cliff. JD, I'm sure you heard the fans tonight when Donovan went to the line. Do you think he should be in the MVP conversation? I know it's early into the year, but he's been phenomenal for you guys.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. At one point in time, winning mattered in the MVP votes. And you're seeing people's names be mentioned that don't have the record that we have. And I think it's fair for him to be in that conversation for sure. You're not slighting any of the other guys because there's some phenomenal players in this league. But the MVP, should include winning as a part of it. And he's helped us, continue to grow and get to the spot we're in now. So he definitely should be mentioned in that conversation.
This is unrelated to Donovan, but Evan looked like he bumped knees by Isaiah Jackson in the third quarters. Look okay.
Yeah, right. What I understand, it just was a knee to knee. So again, those kind of sting in the moment. You can work through it, and then we'll just see how he feels tomorrow, which is typically what happens with those things. All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
guys.
Yes.
Kelsey the athletic Donovan, that jump ball scuffle thing that happened. What was going through your mind in that moment, and like how did that act just as a spark for you guys?
Yeah, it's just about toughness. I was willing to get a technical foul for that. I think for me, leadership comes in different forms, and that's one of them. I've actually had that happen to me twice in my career. Once with Pat Bev, and then once with what was the other one? PJ Tucker. So I'm two out of three. I lost the one with PJ. But I think for me, just trying to set that tone that we're just not going to back down, and that's really all that was.
What did you see just in the fourth quarter alone too? You guys held them to 18 points. You had 18 alone in that quarter, but just what did you just see kind of from both sides in that?
Well, our defense, at the end of the day, scoring is scoring, but our defense as a group, we got beat, we recovered, we got beat, we had each other's back, we rebounded the ball. Everything we didn't do for 3.5 quarters, that was it, and we were a little sluggish, we were a little tired, and long flight from Dallas, that does it from you get in late and whatnot. Yeah, we had a day in between, but still it takes a day to catch up, and we weren't. Personally, I wasn't too worried. I knew we were going to respond, and we did it to a really high level. Even when we kept pushing and then they kept extending the lead back, that type of stuff can kind of wear you down as a team, and we stayed with it. We fought and competed as a group, man, and that's huge.
Fourth quarter, what was the conversation like in the huddle in the timeout? Who did that come from?
Got 12 minutes. Darius, Ev, those are 12 minutes, and I credit those two because they're speaking more, as the season progresses. Evan hit a big three. I don't think he took one throughout the whole game. I could be wrong. I think that was he took one before that. But he hit a big three. He's trusting it. We're trusting each other on the defensive end. Darius gets a huge rebound. He gets the jump ball. There's so many little things that we're all continuously doing as a group. And, we did it, for a full 12 minutes.
I know you got a game tomorrow night,
Mm-hmm.
but then after that, Utah comes in.
Oh, yeah.
Does that creep in your mind at all?
Not until you said it, to be honest with you. Not really. My biggest focus right now is this mini playoff series we have against Dallas. They're playing right now, and I'm probably going to watch the film because I'm probably not going to be able to fall asleep for a little while. So that's really my mindset. But, I saw a little bit of their game last night. Jordan Clarkson's playing phenomenally. Obviously, Lauren Markey. Laurie's been this good. I think he's now getting the opportunity to really flourish as the guy, and it looks great to see, from him. We're the same draft class, so I've known him for a little bit. A lot of guys are looking really good over there, and, I got some friends and staff and the team, so it'd be great to see them all and, play against them for the first time.
We've established that you're off to a great start.
Mm-hmm.
At one point you said this was the best that you had ever played. Knowing that the All-Star game is in Utah this year, where obviously you have all this history, how important was it to not only make that game, but to start?
It's not done yet, but I think for me, I wasn't focused on so much the All-Star game. I really came in here just, I can honestly say, I think we all can say in this room, you didn't know what was going to come from me this year. No one did, and I think I spent this summer just understanding that I got to be the best player I can be for this group. If that All-Star and everything else follows that just comes with winning. But for me, my mindset is just trying to be the best teammate and grow into this role as a leader with this group. It's on the horizon. It's close, but it's not something that I'm too worried about because, we're continuously trying to find ways to play, as consistent as a group. And, we always said in Utah, man, winning just fixes everything. Winning is whatever else comes with it, it comes with it, and I'm very blessed to be able to be in that conversation, but the job's not done for myself and for this group. So that's really where my head is at. And if it happens, then get back there and enjoy it and have a good time.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Donovan. When did you sense that you needed to go into takeover mode on the offensive end?
The third quarter. My problem was I kept getting scored on, and then I just was like, all right, I'm just going to score back, and that's not great basketball. So I really had to, lock in and be able to get stops. Buddy Hield, he doesn't stop moving, doesn't stop running. And he had 2 threes to start the quarter or whatever. So just being able to lock in, and Miles Turner gets a pocket pass for a layup on my screen because I'm not into the ball. That really, got me going because I'm letting my teammates down. Offense comes and goes, but defense is all right, you can't do one thing and not the other. You got to be able to do both sides. And that was for me when I started to try and be more aggressive. When I came out, we cut it to 8. And shout out to the group that was in, continuously making plays. And then they brought it to like 11 or 12 to start the fourth. And then from there, we all did it as a group. But for me, just coming out to start the half and on that note for myself and for the group.
It seemed like at the end of the game, you had some words for Benedict or somebody on the Indiana side.
Yeah, it's all basketball, but, it's natural trash talk. I waited until, we did what we were supposed to do. And, when we see them, they're probably going to talk junk again, but that's just basketball. I got a lot of respect for Mathurin and Nembhard, 2 rookies who really, talk. They're there. They make their presence felt. The shot probably will go unnoticed, but I respect Mathurin's just pull-up 3 that he missed it, the confidence to be able to shoot that, as a rookie. You know what I mean? That's big time, and that's just a testament to his confidence. Nembhard's had pretty big games against some good teams, and obviously we all know what Tyrese has been doing, who's been playing phenomenally. But I like that. I enjoy playing in that manner and that competition. But it ain't nothing personal. It ain't nothing besides basketball. But sometimes you gotta just. I don't mean to be corny. let them know. I was gonna say it fluidly. That was terrible. I'm sorry. That was terrible. Don't put that on Twitter, please. Don't put that. Wow.
Spencer Davies. How important is the footwork to what you do? Because I feel like that jab step is a space creator in and of itself, but you got the side steps going inside, but that jab step can so much space.
That is entirely Quinn Snyder and Johnny Bryant. When I first got drafted, and Lamar Skeeter, those are my 3 coaches I worked with in Utah. Literally, Quinn has this drill, and if you ask anybody in the NBA, they'll tell you he has a peace sign where you do peace pivots here, forward, reverse pivot, all that stuff, and you're just pivoting. And that was what I spent my whole. And you can ask Ricky and Raul this. That's what I spent my whole first year doing, peace pivoting, and I was bored as hell, but it was something that's just repetitive over and over again. And one thing I learned is that just works anywhere on the floor, whether you get a catch, whether you're jab stepping with the ball, there's so many different ways to use it. And that's really where it started. And then I started watching film on it. Dwayne Wade is obviously someone who I've watched, and he did it in many different ways, but it's all about, just creating that space, and the fact that I can drive, just a simple jab gets guys to react and finding ways to create that separation to get a shot off.
That's what else.
Touched on it a little bit, but I kind of wanted to expand on it. You seem to play with a little bit of an extra edge throughout the game, either just clapping after a shot or words. Was that because of just how the game was going and how you were feeling?
A lot of the stuff before the fourth quarter was just me getting angry because I was getting scored on. To be honest, like I said, that for me is the scoring I know I can do, but defensively I'm trying to, get better every game. And, I fell back into some old habits, kind of standing up. Nate Smith gets a corner 3, being ready, being in position. Those are the little things. That way you're not playing catch up. When guys shoot too well, I can't give guys corners, especially in the fourth quarter. You can't give open shots like that. So that was really what that was. And then the fourth, it just became back and forth, the trash talk back and forth. But for me, just trying to hold myself to that standard and continue to build.
All right, thanks,
Thank you.
Chris.
Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Darius.
What changed for you guys in the fourth quarter?
We turned up our aggressiveness on defense. Start getting to the ball a lot more. Start contesting a lot more shots. And then we was being aggressive on offense as well. Trying to take opportunities of just missed shots, so we just get out and push a little bit. And unfortunately, they started talking a little bit of trash going to the second half, so that got a lot of people going as well too.
How much did that tie up between Mathurin and Donovan add to that?
It added a lot. I mean, that's just our fight. And I knew Don was not going to let that ball go. So when we saw that, we was like, okay, we got to turn up the physicality. We got to just turn up the aggressiveness, and that's what we did.
Kelsey was the athletic, building off that, Darius. When you see Donovan just go off the way that he is, take over the game like he did in the fourth quarter, especially with 18 points, what's going through your head when you see him do that?
Try to give him the ball in spots where he just be aggressive and just go get it. And that's what we did. I mean, he made some big shots, some tough shots. That's what he do. So, I mean, I just try to make his life a little bit easier. Just try to be aggressive so I can just get him or somebody else open shots.
I know. I mean, we've talked so much about what he does for this team and everything, but at this point in the season, like, what does, when you think of Donovan, like, what does he mean to this team, and like, what's a word to describe that?
A word to describe what he means. I don't know, just like one word, but he means a lot to his team. I mean, he's one of the leaders. He's one of the head of the stakes of this team. So he has to bring that energy every night, has to bring that competitive spirit for us every night on both sides of the ball. I mean, he's a huge scorer. He's a true competitor. And that's what everybody on his team does. We compete at a high level every night. And, I mean, he just adds to it, and he fits really well with us.
Spencer Davies, basketball.com. You've been in attack mode the entire season, but you got to the line. You think you went 8 of 8 from the line tonight. How much of a relief is that for you to get some balls?
Oh boy. Thank you. Yeah, it was a great night though. You know, I give all the praise to God on that one. But yeah, I just gotta stay aggressive. Hopefully, I get some work calls. Hopefully, I get to the line a little bit more. But yeah, my mindset tonight was just stay aggressive at all times. I mean, they came to me at the beginning of the shoot around. It's like, you're the best guard. You're one of the best guards in this league. So just stay aggressive at all times. It don't matter if your shots fall or not. So I just took that with me, held that in the back of my mind the entire game, and just tried to stay aggressive.
What do you take away from the way you guys closed this game? Played a lot of clean ball, no turnovers like you've seen in a couple of games before.
Yeah, learning lessons. We've been in this situation plenty of times before, and I was just trying to just take care of it, just control the tempo. And then when 4-5 got hot, I was just trying to just get him easy buckets. They was switching a lot, so I was just trying to hit the pocket a little bit more so J.A. and Ev can just make the right reads, and just came out with a win.
Chris.
Darius, who gave you that message at shoot around?
Everybody.
Have you doubted that for some reason?
No.
At the beginning of the season?
No. Never will I.
All right, last one, Dan. Danny Cunningham, ESPN. Darius, what was the conversation between the third and fourth quarter?
We got to pick up our physicality. They was getting a lot of open, clean looks in the first half. They was making a lot of shots. And we just had to just come out with a sense of urgency. I think we were just playing on our heels and just playing like sleepy. Like, we weren't really woke until the second half, until like the last couple minutes of the third. And I mean, we picked up the slack and fought all the way back from 14 down, and got a win. It was a good win for us at home, just being back home, just trying to take care of it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, sir.
This is the first time since like mid-November they got the line.